Having trouble there? Me? You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? Oh, fine. What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, why don't you take it? I know. It's just... something doesn't feel right.
And miss all this glamour. You must be joking. Well, quite well indeed. I went to Blackwater looking for you gentlemen. You're not very popular there, it seems. Ah! Javier and Charles. I've missed you. And Bill looking as well as can be. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. And young Sean, it seems. Yes, I have. He's being held by some bounty hunters, trying to see how much money the government will pay them. I know he's in Blackwater, but there's talk of them moving.
Hey, Roxox, what are you talking about? Nothing happens when you press my nose. Look. See? Nothing. It's just a regular old nose. Honk. Huh? What was that? Honk, honk. Hey, what's going on here? Where's that honking coming from? My nose? No way. Let me see. Nothing. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Honk. Well, Muffy, it's really weird. Whenever Socks presses my nose, it makes a weird honking sound. Honk. Weird, huh? Seems to only happen when Socks does it. Muffin! Ah!
He was always an idiot. But one thing led to another, and to my continued embarrassment, Scott Pilgrim became my first boyfriend. There was this one time I was kidnapped by a rival school, and Scott had to fight through an entire army of teen jerks and their leader Simon Lee to rescue me. Yeah, but how romantic can a memory be if things ended terribly?
I'm gonna enjoy this. I'll leave when I'm ready, Toad. I just want to check things out first. The longer you talk, the longer this takes, so just stand over there and shut up. All right. Okay? I'm being nice, so try again. You got a problem, friend? Last fella put his hand on me, ended up with an axe in his head. Do you fucking know? Have you had a friend killed and their head left at your fucking doorstep? No, didn't think so. I'll get it done. We're not discussing this. Go. Stop, you drunk bastard! Whoa, 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 hey, hey! Get off of her! Put down the bottle and get to work.
He's dead! I told you he's dead! Why don't you ever listen to me? He is dead, god damn it!
Good point.
That's exactly the problem. Because he's so nice, people don't want to think he's capable of awful things, so they let him off the hook. You know, I think there are people that help you become the person that you end up being, and you can be grateful for them, even if they were never meant to be in your life forever. I'm glad I knew you, too. That sounds awful. Sometimes life's a bitch and then you keep living.
You know what? Why don't you mind your own business, Butch? Stupid stable hands are all alike, all of them. Look, I get it. I was a stable hand once, too. You're ambitious, you want to get noticed, you want to be a soldier. But you got to respect the chain of command. Don't mention it. Hey, you're pretty good at braids. You know, she kind of reminds me of my horse.
Where do you want to begin? The start? A lonely youth? My gradual path to becoming an only child? That's the thing, you see, about a family faith. You've got to double down on the believers. My mother had 5 children over her life, before my father finally drifted away. She was a Lucas to the core, though not born into the family, while my father, for all he believed himself keen on a life without obligation, gradually withered away to nothing as she cultivated the space between them. The house was sprawling. Our bedrooms were kept as far apart as possible and changed often as we were cared for by a rotating cast of nannies and tutors. You know, she's still alive. But I still can't picture my mother's face with any clarity. And I consider that a blessing.
Charming chap, I'm sure you'd agree. Absolutely lovely. But even if you can convince him to actually give you a straight answer, he's just not that good at actually putting these things into words. Something to do with his upbringing, I think. I'm pretty sure he was homeschooled, you know. So, see, that's actually two questions. The answer to the first is simple. I lost a bet. And this is how the good captain chooses to use that. The second is, sort of. I mean, yes, if you want to get technical, he serves the one alone and I serve the falling titan, but those two are a lot closer than you might imagine. After all, the larger the space you find yourself alone in, the more isolated you feel. Exactly. I've actually been toying with the idea of trying to do something with the scale of humanity itself. You know, emphasize all that overpopulation nonsense, but honestly, it just doesn't ring true for me. We're all just so tiny and pointless, you see. It's hard to really get past it.
Does anybody actually read my column? Your friends ever talk about it? Why would they? It's a rag sheet. I love the way you handle that. Dad's study is occupied by Dad. I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor. Comme ci, comme ça. Anyway, the views are better above ground. Honey, I'm 7 non-Fox years old now. My father died at 7.5. I don't want to live in a hole anymore. And I'm going to do something about it. Well, I'm off. Have a good day, my darlings. Yes and no. What are you wearing? Why a cape with the pants tucked into your socks? Well, I guess he's just different.
She's letting me stay here while she's working on a movie that's being made in Canada, but I guess you already know that. Well, I couldn't afford a place like this in a million years. Unless, of course, I'm discovered and become a movie star. Well, of course, I'd rather be known as a great actress than a movie star. But, you know, sometimes people end up being both, so that is, I guess you'd say, sort of why I came here. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited to be here. I mean, I just came here from Deep River, Ontario, and now I'm in this dream place. Well, you can imagine how I feel.
Wait. Let go. What is wrong with you? Put that down. That is not for little girls. I don't know, 10? All right, help me out. More or less than 10. You know what? No, and I'd like it to stay that way. You have to go. Job? What job? This is just a bunch of drawings. Very disturbing drawings. Oh, look, it's me. On a rhinoceros. Skewering several guards like a human kebab. What job? I don't need a sidekick.
Every villain needs a sidekick.
I'm not killing anybody. You're right, he is actually extremely punchable. No, wait, that is not a murder war.
Hey, Mike. And hello, Muddy Broken and Freddy's. Recognize these? I know what they are, Mike. It's written on the bottle. If you're too whacked out to remember to lock a friggin' door, accident or not, you're liable. It's called criminal negligence. I like it in here.
If we show you, what will you give us? You're lying. You want to save Garrett. That's why you're really here. To change what happened. To go back. You can have this dream every night. We can be together with him again. Like before.
No, thank you. Just hear me out, Marceline. Will you calm down and listen to... Stay calm, and nobody gets hurt. I know what you must think of me, and you'd be right. My thirst for blood is an awesome force. But in these new times, I have a chance to try a different course. I think I wanna... Let me finish my thought. This is the old way. Agents of darkness and light in a tug of war. But now, a creature can step out of that struggle.
Thank you.
You know, if you find that Pokemon like you, that means you'll make a good trainer. Well, pretty good likeness, isn't it? Is that Bea? That's so like her. Losing to Leon must really be weighing on her. Oh, and I saw these. Looks like your modeling work is going well. But still, being a gym leader and a popular model must keep you pretty busy. Oh, nothing really. It's just... exactly how high you'll reach is up to you. Hmm? Don't you agree?
I think you know what I'm getting at, right? She committed suicide. If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was. Is there a reason? So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation. Is that so? I told you. Jeez. What's the point? You bastard. Stop it. Shut up. How annoying. Do you want to die? You fucking asshole! But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him. Shut up, you asshole! If you want to say something, say it already. Impossible, huh?
Well, they're kind of rough, you know, around the edges, but if you're ever in a jam, wham, they're right there. That was just a lucky break for me, baby. Well, now, wait a minute. You know, this is the low rent district, remember? Well, if you're applying for the job, well, boy, your eyes are like sapphires. Gee. That's pretty corny, though, huh? Yeah. All those little kittens, Duchess. I love them. But, you know, they need, well, you know, a sort of a father around. But why can't you? But Madam's, well, she's just another human. You're just her house pets. Well, I guess you know best. But I'm gonna miss you, baby. And those kids. Gee, I'm gonna miss them too.
I just want to remind you of something, Joyce. I am not a mechanic.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm just gonna be out here by myself eating all this candy. I'm gonna get fat. It's very unhealthy to leave me out here. But, you know, you do what you want.
Murray, the goddamn code is wrong. Yeah. I'm sure. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, looked better than your wife when I left her this morning.
Well, they didn't have cherry. They didn't have it. And it doesn't matter because it all tastes the same, okay? It is sugar on ice.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Tim's getting me a coffee, and I'd rather get this down while it's still fresh in my mind. Besides, you didn't give Martin any time off when he had a bad experience.
Martin?
It's just a scratch, John. I'll be fine. Can we begin?
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you know, I was sceptical about how dangerous this Jane Prentice was when you first suggested Martin stay in the archives. I mean, it's not that I didn't believe him about what happened, it just seemed... Well, Martin is a great researcher, but his self-preservation instincts are not the strongest. And to be frank, I thought that if this Prentice were a danger everyone seemed to think, then he'd almost certainly be dead.
Picture the city. 8th and Broadway. The crowds hustling. The traffic roaring. The hot dogs are sizzling. And the Dodger. One bad puppy. Not just out for himself, but community-minded. But he's not the only one out there. Enter the opposition. A greedy, ugly, psychotic monster with razor-sharp claws, dripping fangs, and 9 lives, all of them hungry. He comes at me, eyes burning. I knew my time had come. Suddenly...
Welcome aboard the Grand Coda. My name is Captain Jason McNellis, and I'll be your skipper on this journey around the world. Well, sir, you're in the best. I've been out on the seas for 30 years now, and have captained the Vision, the Fantasy, the Esposito, and now the Grand Coda. Anyway, welcome aboard and enjoy your meal. Welcome aboard the Grand Coda. Welcome aboard. Going on 30 years now. The Fantasy, the Esposito. Yes, 30 years now. A little bit about myself. The Vision, the Fantasy, a family of fishermen. Going on 30 years now. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. 30 fucking years. Oh, you mind if I can't sleep? Your parents seem to be having a good time. Oh, they're not? Oh, good for them. And you? You all seem happy. Nothing haunts you like the choices you don't make.